Hi, and praise God. Welcome to another episode of Wellness with Shii here at Baraka TV. My name is Eva Wajiro Jason. Today's topic is anger as an emotion. So we want to know what is anger, how to deal with it, how to better manage ourselves when we are angry, and how we can use anger as a motivation for progress, a motivation that would give us drive to move forward, or a push, rather than the negatives that is associated with anger. So stay tuned and remember to subscribe to Baraka TV. All right, let's go on. So anger is an emotion that we feel from time to time. It is sometimes good and sometimes not so good. A lot of people do damage when they're angry, or they use anger as something that causes them to blow up, to break things, to destroy stuff and all that. But we can use anger in the positive. It can be something that motivates us to move forward. You can be angry about something, you can be angry about a situation and decide to do something about it. I remember my dad when he was younger, being growing up in a poor background. He was angry because of the state that they were in, and I think they visited somewhere and someone refused to allow them to watch TV. So he promised himself that when he grew up he would ensure he has so many TVs, and that way no one will ever deny him the opportunity of watching what he wants to watch. So see, and so many other people have used this emotion to propel them forward or to cause them to change. So that is sort of kind of the thing that I want us to look at today, even as we will be addressing the different types of anger, so that you know what to do. And we'll also work out with a synonym for anger, so we know what to do when you're angry. Because whether we like it or not, the situations in life, or what we find, the environments we find ourselves in, will at times cause us to be angry. People around us will cause us to be angry by how they act. Situations around us will cause us to be angry at times, because anger is sort of a response when you're feeling you're helpless. I don't like this, and at times I don't know what to do about it. So the frustration can also cause you to be angry. So researchers have shown, or some researchers have said, that when you're angry and you're at that state, it can cause your body to be acidic. So we also want to manage our anger for the wellness of our body. Remember, we've been talking about our emotions and how they can trigger health issues. So we also want to ensure, as we are progressing forward, every emotion that we feel, we will use it to the positive and not allow it to work against us to the negative, where it can cause sicknesses and diseases. Because we know, if you've been told that anger can cause your body to be acidic, and an acidic environment in the body is a haven for diseases. It's a lot of sicknesses are associated with acidity in our body. So we just want to make sure that our body pH is at its optimum, where it's supposed to be. Let's just say that way. Our body pH is where it's supposed to be. That way we keep sicknesses at bay, and we are able to live healthy and holistic lives. So I would like to give us a few verses, about just two verses. So one is Proverbs 14 verses 29. Proverbs 14 verses 29, which says, "Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly." A lot of people do foolish things, or rather they make mistakes, or they do things that they cannot undo when they are angry. We will say words that we cannot take back, and a word, once you say a word, in all honesty, you can't take it back. And before I go to the second verse, I'd like to give us a story. There was this judge that was judging this case. Let me use that word, a word that maybe we all understand. He was sitting listening to this case. So and a person had been accused of giving false accusation to another person. So both of them were in court. And the person was saying that the words this other person had said had caused them a lot of harm, that negatively affected their lives, their business, their families, and all that. So then the investigation had gone to show that the allegations that this other person had said, or the stories, the fabrications that this person had said about this other person, were all false. So this person comes to court and says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean what I said. Oh, and all those things that we all say at times when some people say when they are caught, once they have said something that is false accusations. They will say they are sorry, or they had been misguided, or blah 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 blah, all those things that people will say. So the judge then told him, take a piece of paper. Then they went outside. So write all you said about that person on a piece of paper. So which he did, and then now shred that paper. And then they went outside, and it was a windy day. Then it's like, release those papers. So they released the papers, and the papers were blown by the wind. So then the judge asked him, or rather commanded him, collect all those pieces of paper that we shredded and you're allowed to be blown by the wind. So then this person said, oh judge, I cannot collect those papers. The wind has blown them to distances that I cannot reach. It is impossible. So then the judge said, exactly. So once you've spoken a word, you cannot take it back, because as human beings, so a person will say something, then another person will hear it, and before long 100 people will have heard that story. Give it some time, 1,000 people will have heard that story. So you cannot take back that story. You cannot take back the negative effect of what you've done. So, and that is why we need to really deal with anger and the utterances that we allow to come out of our mouths when we're angry, all the actions that we allow ourselves to do, all because we are angry. Because an action cannot be taken back, or a word once done cannot be taken back, or rather the damage done by the action or the word cannot be taken back. So that is why we need to be at a place we better manage our anger, so we are more in control of ourselves, even when situations make us angry, or when people make us angry. Because as I said before, we are in an environment where at times we cannot control what happens. So situations will make us angry, people will make us angry, but we are in control of how we respond or how we act when we are angry. So, and the program today is all about helping us to better manage ourselves when we are angry. That way we do not get ourselves in situations where we regret what we did. And that is why the Bible will say, whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. And folly here would be foolishness. You will do foolish things. So then the other verse is Proverbs 15 verses 1, which says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So see, so therefore, even when you're angry, or when you find yourself in a situation that causes you to be angry, the kind of response you give, or the tone of your voice, will help bring down the situation or escalate it. And here it's a good, I think, we have various examples. Maybe if you've used a matatu, and the person, the conductor, the person that collects money, at times they can be rude, because they can be rude, and that is them. But how you choose to respond to them is up to you, and how you choose to take what they say is actually up to you. And my bishop likes saying that opportunities of offense will arise, but you can choose not to pick the offense. So we pick offenses. So, and it's the same way, when you pick an offense, you get angry and such things. So you can choose to be angry. You can choose how to respond when you feel that you're getting angry. And even as we continue on, so we remember, you're in more control than you think. So therefore, let us choose how we respond when we are angry, and let us pick our words carefully. When you're angry and you find that maybe a situation is causing you to be angry, remember in the previous episode where we've been saying, do breathing, count to 10, or walk away. Just walk away. walk away. And at times people who will walk away, you can be seen as if you're a fool because you're not responding as to how maybe that person was trying to agitate you, how they were pushing you to react in a particular way, but you don't react that way. It is okay, it is okay. You just look like that fool, but you've saved yourself a lot by walking away and by not allowing yourself to get angry, or allowing, and that is mainly the anger that is towards the negative. Because you can remember we talked about the anger that can motivate you, to push you to advance yourself or to make yourself better. And that's why at times when we can be in a situation where people have looked down at you, you can be angry at that and just say, I will ensure that in the next 5 years I have made it in that particular area. Or maybe you are talking and people laughed at how you were expressing yourself. You can be angry at that and just say, I will take communication classes and learn how to better express myself. I will do this. I will go back to school. I will educate myself and ensure that I present myself in a better way. And those people that laughed at me will have no opportunity to ever laugh at me again. You can be angry at the situation in your background, where you've been raised, how you are, the environment that you're in, and be angry of that situation and decide, I'm going to change. You can be angry even at the devil for demonic oppressions and just say, enough is enough. This is the last place, this is the last time that I'll be this down, and I'm changing this situation. Be angry in that way. And what my bishop would all say, or rather I've had many people say, like holy anger that causes you to push yourself forward. So that one is good because it works towards pushing you forward. It does not make you do foolish things like this other anger where is aggression, where it causes you to be aggressive. But here we're talking about assertive, assertive anger. This one causes you to push forward. It causes you to do a positive action that propels you forward, rather than the aggressive anger or the open anger. This one is where you lash out, and because someone did something to you, you decide, I will pay back. You did this to me, I will do twice as bad as what you did, something worse than what you did to me, just for payback. So that is not the kind of thing we want. And we want the assertive anger that causes you to do something positive, to ensure that the negative that was intended, you do a positive that cancels the negative, pushing you forward and making your life better. That is what we intend to get from this, and that is where I would want us to all get to. Because like I've said, and I'm repeating myself, situations that will make you angry will come your way. People will make you angry. Environments will make you angry. As long as you are under the sun, we are living under the sun, this will not change. This is common to every human being. But what you do and how you react is up to you, and that's totally the difference. So let's move forward. So as you've had me mention, I think you've had me mention of assertive anger. So we have 3 different types of anger. So we have passive aggression or passive anger, we have assertive anger, and we have open anger. So a lot of people will get to passive anger, and passive anger would be if you've met these people who, yes, they are angry, but wanashikilia ndani, they hold it inside. Yes, they're angry at you, but they just stock it up. They don't like confrontation. They don't want to confront the situation that is causing them to be angry. They don't want to confront the person that is making them angry. So they just hold it inside. So what they end up doing is sulking. So yeah, they're just sulking, and pretending that everything is okay, yet it is not okay. Remember, even the Bible does tell us, be angry but sin not. So it is not wrong to be angry. It is not wrong to say, this person offended me and I was not happy with what you did. Like you tell me, Eva, when you said ABCD, I was not happy. It offended me. So it is okay to do that, rather than just saying there, it's okay. Anyway, and then a lot of people that actually operate in this passive aggression or passive anger, they will most of the time be complainers and murmurers. So they will not confront the situation, they will not confront you for making them angry, but they will talk behind your back, or they will be just back here. Do you want to call them, I don't want to call them the backbiters, but I would say they are the kind of people that will be talking about the situation but not confronting the situation. They will be talking about the person that made them angry, but they will not confront the person that made them angry. So they're just there, and that is not it's not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be at all. So that one is passive aggression or passive anger. I would call it passive anger or passive aggression. So they don't like confronting the situation, they don't like confronting the people that cause them to be angry. So they are sulking. So you will be looking at them, they will not talk to you, but you're like, so what's wrong with you? And then they're like, so it's as if they want you to know what you did, yet you're not an angel. You can't read their minds, you can't read what is going on in here. You can't. So for such people, learn to open your mouth and talk. Say you offended me, and do something about that anger. Because again, I've realized for these people, because they store up this anger, they store up these negative emotions, it works against them. So these are the people that at times will end up having ulcers, they will end up having a high acidic level in their bodies, attracting a lot of sicknesses. You'll be getting stressed and stress related illnesses and such. So that is why it is not good to be a person that stores up anger. Always find a way of confronting the situation that is making you angry. If it is a person, learn to tell them that they offended you. And again, remember, we talked about choosing your words, and the Bible, why it told us a soft answer works better than a harsh response. What are you talking about? A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So I've discovered that a lot of people that are in this passive aggression or passive anger, once they get to their limit, and that this is after time when they've taken in one of those dates in the middle of nowhere where you don't even expect, they will have this outburst that makes you wonder, okay, what just happened? What? And this is all that they stored up these emotions and were not dealing with it, so then they get to their limit. But we don't want to get ourselves to that state. We want to be people that are often emptying ourselves, where the enemy has no footstool in our lives, he has no hold in our lives. By dealing with all these emotions as they come in, remove them. But again, also finding a positive way of dealing with it. Okay, remember, so soft answers, not harshness. So the other anger, the other type of anger is open aggression or open anger. So, and these are where you'll find a lot of people, they just lash out. So the little thing you do, they just lash out. So this is the other extreme. So we have the passive aggression, which is on this end. Then we have the open anger, which is on this other extreme. So these are the guys that you just do anything little, and it's like they were just waiting for you to just do it. And they will talk, and you're wondering, okay, you're at a loss of what when they open their mouth and begin to talk. It is a verbal diarrhea, and okay. And one of my the examples I would want to use, and I know this is something that maybe people who walk in town may have experienced. Have you ever accidentally stepped on a hawker's, maybe a tomato or just anything, and the kind of lashing you get? Even when you're very quick to say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, or maybe because you're working, it's a crowded environment and someone pushed you and you accidentally stepped on their goods, and they will lash out, they will call you every sort of name that can come out of their mouth and such. So apart from hawkers, definitely we also know a person or two that has that kind of behavior. And this is uncontrolled anger. So we don't want to find ourselves at this, and this is very negative, because this is to the extreme, and this is very negative because it leads to fights. Because you might say, you will these people, I think you, and maybe just allow me to use these examples. I've seen them maybe in bus stations, and you find some touts, matatu touts, they're just talking to each other, and one word leads to a fight, and before you know it, it is a huge fight, and it leads to destruction. And these are the kind, this is the open anger that is really destructive. It can lead to bullying, it can lead to criticism. It is so negative that we should really do all we can, all that is within our power, to not deal or to not be victims of this, to not allow ourselves to be people whose approach to anger is this open anger. Is it this open anger? So because like you've seen it, I think you've seen it during riots, and this person, there will be a riot, maybe, yes, their demonstration is valid. They have a reason as to why they are doing such, but then they are walking in town, breaking people's shops, stealing, vandalizing, all these things, all just because they are openly displaying their anger or displeasure, or from a politician or something that happened, and it leads to a lot of destruction. That is why I said it's on the other extreme. This open anger is to the other extreme, and it is something that we really need to learn to address as a people, as a society, as a family. Bringing it to a home, you find this person, when they are angry, they will break anything, and people will be quick to say, oh, huyu akikasirika hebu muondokeeni, anaweza kurushia kitu yoyote. But just see the danger in that, because yes, you are angry, and you are rightly so, because the situation that happened had the weight to cause you to be angry. But the action that you do out of your being angry can cost you so much that it is not worth it. See, you're angry. A child did something, and you're angry at them. You hit them with a cup. You hit them with whatever you have. Those people that we hear, when they're angry, they just throw anything they have on them. So then you injure that child, or God forbid, this person dies that you've hit with that cup or whatever, they die. See the extent of the damage and the consequence of your action, because you've lost a person. So which means you can be jailed, you can go to court, you can be jailed, and it will cost you so much more, rather than if you would have used the biblical example when he's saying, when you're angry, about the soft response instead of the harsh response, and how much you would have saved that situation from escalating, from becoming worse. So let's be careful about that, and learn to better manage ourselves when we are angry, the kind of responses and actions that we do when we are angry. So remember, for such people, because maybe it could have been something that you're so used to, and we hear, oh, in our family we are hot-tempered, so you want to justify your anger, you want to justify your actions. It is not good, and I would say again, it is not good. Nothing justifies that anger. Nothing justifies it, no matter how bad the person or the situation is. Nothing justifies that anger. Nothing justifies it. Nothing justifies that action or that bad word that comes out of your mouth to justify that, oh, they made me angry, so they deserve that kind of response that they got. No. It is not good. It is not good. It is not good. It is not good. We must learn to better manage ourselves when we are angry, for better lives, for a better society, for better families. Because for example, if this was a dad that was behaving that way, and by that I mean a parent was behaving this way, the kind of example they are displaying, they are modeling to their children, means that when this child grows, because of this environment that they've grown up in, it means when they become older, that has been modeled as the right way to display anger. So anger, when you're angry, you can destroy property, it is okay. When you're angry, you can insult a person, it is okay. No, it is not okay. It is not okay. So we must learn to better manage ourselves, when we are angry. Nothing justifies you to insult a person. Nothing justifies you to hit a person just simply because they made you angry. Be the bigger person in the situation, be the wiser person in the situation by walking away or by using a soft response. And this really does work. I've been in situations where a person was going out of their way to make me angry, and all you do is a soft response. It brings down the temperature, and this person, and you're like, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And this person will see they are all that energy they are wasting in their anger is not affecting you, so they calm down, and you talk at a sober tone. You talk as sober people, and that does help in a family setup. Remember what we are saying: if it's in a couple and the situation is escalating towards anger or towards raising of voices, one of you just walk out of that argument. Just go out and allow the other person to cool down. So never, one again, remember, don't make decisions when you're angry, and don't make decision when you're angry, because you will forever regret that decision you made. And don't act when you're angry. You will again regret the action that you made when you are angry, because it is almost always not the right decision, because tempers are high, your emotions are high. And remember, we said your emotions will manipulate you, so you will not be able to make a sober decision. Always make your decisions when you're calm. When you're calm, you make better decisions, because your mind is at a state where it can analyze everything soberly.